have this to give to some new coaches that can't make it tonight. And I'm going to mute myself, and hopefully my kid will zip it.
Okay. So, like Michelle said, I really wasn't paying that much attention, I'll be honest. But I think bottom line is it's so easy to really get overwhelmed when you start this business. It's so easy. Like, I think that's probably the common thing that everyone feels, and actually is the thing that prevents people from starting and seeing success in the first place, is that they just feel overwhelmed and they just don't think that they can handle it. So then they don't end up doing anything with it. But the thing is, it's really, really simple to get started. You just have to sort of forget about all the things that are being thrown at you in the team page, in message threads, in emails. Like, you have to sort of put your blinders on, forget about it, and just start. And the easiest way to start is by just starting to post. So if you have maybe been in a message thread with myself or Michelle or with your upline coach, we sort of pushed you over the edge already to start posting. And I know there's a couple people that are just jumping on that are just in a message thread right now. So this is sort of the steps that are going to be coming up. But the important thing is that you start to post. You can collect information for like the next year and still not know it all. So if you're waiting to know it all, don't bother. Just start. And this can be very, very simple. It does not have to be this big, long, drawn-out announcement on social media that you are now a Beachbody coach and you would like to get them started on their health and fitness journey, and can they buy a challenge pack and join your challenge group, and you drink Shakeology and you do the 21-day fix. That's not what it's about. It's about just simply starting to share your journey. And that can be as simple as taking a picture of your running shoes next to your laptop and a little sentence, like a little blurb about, that you're so excited about starting your new journey and today marks day one. Something as simple as that. Or even taking a picture of your lunch and talking about how healthy eating apparently doesn't suck as bad as you thought it was going to. Or, maybe a little blurb out of a personal development book that you're reading, or just a positive quote that speaks to you, posting about that with a picture of yourself. So it can be these very simple, quick posts. That is how you can start. Okay, so I hope that sort of alleviates anybody's fear, because I know for me, when I started, that was like back then we did sort of do those big posts, like these like coming out posts, and it was like this big announcement on social media because it wasn't that popular at the time. Like, there wasn't a Beachbody coach constantly on social media. So it was sort of a new thing to see somebody make that sort of announcement. Now it's not. Now you don't really want to do that because you're going to push people away. You want to create curiosity. You want people to start seeing you on social media, and you want them to wonder what the heck you're doing. Like, who is this person all of a sudden talking about her workout? Like, what is she doing? What kind of workout is she doing? She's got 4 kids. How's she working out now? Like, how's she doing that from home? You want people to wonder that. But if you give too much information away, if you create a post and you say the words Beachbody in it, or Shakeology, or 21-day fix, or even coach, you don't leave anything to the imagination. People are going to read that, and then they're going to be like, oh, okay, she's a Beachbody coach. Oh, that makes sense now. Okay, keep scrolling. That's what's going to happen. But if you can create just a little bit of curiosity, just keep people wondering, like, well, what is she doing? What did she start up? Why is she eating healthy? What's in that drink that she's drinking that looks like chocolate that's making her feel so awesome? What is that? If you tell people it's Shakeology, you know what they're going to do? They're going to go to Amazon or like some other, like Google or the Beachbody website, and they're going to order Shakeology because you inspired them. which is great, but you would rather have them message you and say, what is it that you're drinking? What is it that's making you feel so good? What are those workouts you're doing from home? That's what you want them to do. Okay, so I hope that sort of makes sense. The whole like creating curiosity. But when you're posting, if you can start to sort of, we always recommend that you post like, anywhere around 3 times a day on your social media, which as a new coach, I can totally relate that's scary to think about putting yourself out there 3 times a day, and what might you even say to people 3 times a day. So what I did is I didn't post 3 times a day. I posted once a day, but that post was really good every single day. I never posted just to post. I didn't just sort of put stuff out there on Facebook for people just to see, like just so I was posting something. I wanted it to be good. I wanted to offer value to people. I wanted it to be sharing my story. I wanted to be inspiring someone or offering like value or even entertainment. So I would share a lot about my kids and, the fact that I haven't slept in like 7 years, more than like 2-hour intervals. And I share that, right? And you know what that does? The people who are watching me, they relate to me. So when you can share about your life, not just about your health and fitness journey, but about things in your life, like your struggles. For me, it's always been able to share those like mom things that, just feeling like I have no life outside of being a mom. I have no other purpose besides like breastfeeding and being pregnant and changing diapers and cleaning the kitchen. That felt like my only purpose. And I share that because other moms who are watching me, they can relate to that. They feel like they are me when they read that. And when they feel that way, they start to trust me and they start to really like me and they relate to me. And then they sort of want to be doing what I'm doing. So that creates conversations because they can relate to you. But if you're just sort of putting out like some fluffy, nice little motivation all the time, no one's ever going to really relate to you. So you have to sort of dig a little bit deeper than just your health and fitness journey. And you have to share some stuff about you. And as soon as you sort of open up and become a little bit more vulnerable on social media, which can take a little bit of time for some people, like it took me some time, and it definitely takes you going out of your comfort zone big time. But when you can be vulnerable and open up, that's when this business starts to change. And that's when you really start to form these amazing connections with people, which in turn turns into people wanting to join your challenge group so that you can help them, or join your team so that they can become a coach just like you and you guys can work together to build a business. So the other thing I wanted to talk about too is once you start posting, once you start sharing your journey, sharing your life, like basically it's just a reality show. That's what it is. If you follow myself or your upline, it's probably like watching a reality show and you kind of want to always tune in to see what's happening next and what they're going to talk about next. But the thing that we all have in common is that we show up every single day. We don't take days off. We don't disappear from social media for 24 hours or 48 hours or 3 days. We don't. We have always been consistent, and that's where you will see the success is by showing up consistently. So as soon as you do that first post, you're sort of committing to yourself and committing to your business that you are going to continue to do that. You're going to continue to share your journey every single day. And that doesn't mean that you have to show up and be perfect every day and working out every single day and eating healthy every single day. No. But you show up as you and you be real and you share your journey, whether that's the ups and the downs. Okay? Being consistent is probably one of the biggest keys to your success. 100% is going to be that consistency. There are people who start things like this all the time. I mean, there's like 450,000 Beachbody coaches. Well, how many of them do you think are successful? Such a small amount. And it's because they are not showing up consistently. They maybe started and were really passionate about it, but then they just stopped. Like a lot of people do in things. We all know somebody who has started to sell lipsticks or makeup or like skincare, whatever the case may be. And we see them on social media and we're like, oh, that's cool. They're selling something. And then what happens? Usually like a month, 2 months, 3 months, they're not doing it anymore. They stopped. So when you first start talking about this kind of stuff on social media, when you start sharing your journey and then you start inviting other people to join you, people might be hesitant to say yes or to ask for more information. And the reason is because they see people do this all the time and they think that you are going to be just like those other people and that you're going to stop doing it. You're going to quit. So you have to sort of sometimes put in a little bit of time and prove to people that you are in this and that you're not giving up. And when you show up every single day and you share your journey every single day, that creates a lot of trust for people. And that's when they're going to be more likely to join you because you've proved to them that you're in this. People don't want to sign up with somebody who's sort of like in and out, not really, consistent, not really there for them, who's not even showing up for their own journey. People don't want to sign up and invest money into a person like that, right? So be that person who is still here next week and the week after, okay? So it all goes back to consistency, and you're going to hear that like time and time again. Pretty much on every call, we talk about consistency. What else am I missing? I have nothing to go on here.
No, that was good. I'm going to jump in with a couple things though. I can see all of your faces and you're like, oh my God. Okay, so I am so boring. What am I supposed to talk about all day? She wants me to make all these posts and then I can see you also thinking, I don't want to be salesy, right? Because that's what every single new coach says to me, but I don't want to be salesy. So I actually heard an analogy this week that I absolutely love, and I wish I would have thought of it myself, but I didn't. But I want you to start thinking about Facebook like the grocery store or like a coffee shop. It's social media, guys. So like that word social is just like when you would go to a party or you would be at the coffee shop. Its intention is for us to be social. So don't feel weird about making friends on Facebook. That's what it is. It's social media. So if you can actually get your head wrapped around that it's like going into the coffee shop, or say you were at the grocery store and you saw someone digging into, I don't know, low-fat cookies, right? So you're in the cookie aisle and you see another lady trying to decide between this cookie and that cookie. You would not turn to that lady and say, hi, my name's Michelle, and I actually run these groups on Facebook, and we use these containers, and we drink this superfood shake, and you should really join this. Do you want to join this? We're going to do it for 21 days, and you're going to lose from 10 to 15 pounds, and it's 30-day money-back guarantee. Like, you would never in your entire life say that to that person. You would maybe say, hi, are those good? Or, hey, I tried those and those aren't actually that great, but the ones next door are so good. You should get those instead. Are you like me, always trying to find, something to cure that cookie craving? That's the kind of conversation you would have with a person in real freaking life. That's what you have to do on social media. You can't talk like this robot. And 2 years ago, we used to give you guys scripts. We would say, yeah, we know you're uncomfortable talking. Here's a script. We don't do that anymore because that's how you sound. You sound like a robot that is not a human being anymore. You need to just continue being yourself. When someone asks me, well, I don't know what to say back, I'm like, just talk like a human. Like, how are you? What do you do? Do you have kids? Like, you just want to pretend that it's just like in the coffee shop or just like at the grocery store. Just be human. Just stop thinking of yourself as this coach. We are definitely not perfect beings here. Like, actually, when I started coaching, I was like at the peak of my fitness, the peak of my weight, like everything was at its peak. And I was in this real like perfection zone that food had to be perfect and weighed perfectly and you had to exercise perfectly. And I felt like I had to be that person as a coach as well. And you know what? People relate to me way better now that I have 10 extra pounds on and I'm real. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to eat freaking cauliflower and chicken every single day, every single meal, and exercise for 2 hours a day. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. So now I have this. And well, I messed up again. It's day one again for me. Like, I relate way better to people now than I did then because no one can live up to perfect. No one really wants to be perfect. They want you to be real. You do not need to be a nutritionist. You do not need to be a fitness coach. We are cheerleaders. All we have to do is believe in people because that is what is missing in people's lives. They don't have anyone that believes in them. And that's always why people fail. Always. That's always the root of the problem. We believe in you guys. We believe that you can 100% be an awesome coach. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your abilities. But you have, that's what a coach does. We believe in people and we support them and we motivate them. We don't have to be anything else. You don't ever have to make a meal plan. You don't ever have to think of exercises for people to do. That's not what we do. So don't just start to think of yourself as this professional fitness person because that's not what you are. You're just a motivator who happens to have a passion for helping other women. You're paying it forward because you've had some success. It's usually one of those two things why people sign up to be a coach. They love helping others and they want to pay it forward because they've had success. That's all you have to be. So don't overthink it. Don't get like, oh my God, what am I supposed to post about? Just post about tonight. My post was about forgetting to make supper. Like, I legitimately am the worst mother in the world. Like, 6:30 came and there was no supper. Like, how terrible is that? But I've got messages. There's more of me out there. There's more people just like me. And that's what you want to do. You want to post your just real life. And then all of a sudden you are going to meet your best friends. You 100% are. That's what happens in this. And it becomes contagious. Robin, are you like that too? Okay. Megan, I don't know. I can go through the kind of like boring stuff, or is there anything else we forgot?
Well, we didn't talk about like how to start talking to people.
Oh, okay. You take that one.
Okay, so you're posting, which is awesome. You're sharing your journey, but at some point you have to start having conversations with people. And yes, some people might just start messaging you, asking you what you're doing, but chances are they're not. So you're still going to sort of like have nothing happening in your inbox. You're going to be sharing your journey and so excited about it, but it's like, okay, well, where are all these people that I'm supposed to be helping? You have to go out and find them a lot of the time. And this isn't as scary as it seems. So the best place to start by connecting with people, I always like to call it connecting. That's all it is just simply connecting with people. Look at the people who are liking and commenting on your posts. This is like such a no-brainer, really. The people who are liking and commenting your posts are the people who are watching your journey, who are obviously liking what you're doing. So message them. Every single day I look at my posts, and all I do is I message all the people who liked it and commented on it. And all I do is I send them a very simple message like, hey, Robin, thanks so much for showing me some support on my page or on my post. Thanks for the like on my post. Are you on a health and fitness journey yourself? That's it. Like if it was a post about my morning workout or, I did a transformation post tonight from one of my coaches, and everybody that likes that post, I'm going to send them a message tomorrow saying, hey, Robin, thanks for liking, the transformation post last night. Are you on a health and fitness journey yourself? That's all. And some people may never respond. That's okay. I don't care. And other people are going to come back and say, oh my gosh, that was so inspiring. I wish I could do something like that. Or I've been trying to work out every day and it's going great. Or they'll say, and I'm seeing no results. That's your opportunity to start chatting with them. It's not your opportunity to say, well, I actually just joined Team Beachbody. Did you want to join my challenge group? No, that's not what you do, but you just start talking to them. You ask them some more questions. You relate to them. You tell them that, oh my gosh, I totally know how you feel. You build that connection with them. And that conversation may just die out. It may just fizzle to nothing, which is okay because they're going to keep watching you. What you've done is you've established a little bit of trust, and they're going to keep watching you, and they're going to see what you post today and tomorrow. And you're going to just keep sharing your journey, and those people are going to keep watching you. So every day, reach out to people. Every single day. This is one of our vital behaviors, and you have to do it every single day. So if you're posting consistently, you're going to always have people to talk to. And even if it's whatever that post is about, you message them about it. Like if I did a post about being up all night long, I'm not going to say, are you on a health and fitness journey yourself? Because it had nothing to do with health and fitness, obviously. But I'm going to say do you have little kids at home too? Or if it's someone you know, because odds are the people that are liking your stuff are people that you know really well. So you're going to say thanks for the support. And try and talk to them about something that you know about them. Even go look at their page really quickly and see what their last post was. Maybe they went away this past weekend, or they had family photos done, and you can just say something quick about whatever you see on their page. Somehow start to build a conversation with them. Just start a conversation. That's what you want to try and do every single day with people, is start conversations. If you're posting your journey, you're being out there on social media and you are sort of getting crickets. You're not getting a lot of likes besides your mom and your best friend and your coach. That's okay. It happens. It's very, very normal. People are watching you. They're just not quite comfortable with liking your stuff yet, and it will come. But so what you can do in the meantime, if you don't have anybody to reach out to based on your posts, just start looking at your friends list. Go through your friends list and every day message 5 to 10 of those people, because they're your friends. They're your friends on Facebook. So it's just start messaging 5 to 10 a day, and all you have to do is just reach out to them, and it can be about anything. Hey, go to their page. Usually going to their page and just looking at something quick, and you can start a conversation. How have things been with you? It's been a while since we've chatted. And you know what's going to end up happening the majority of the time? Well, either they're not going to respond to you, which is fine, happens every single day to us, or they're going to respond and they're going to answer your question, but they're probably also going to say something like, what have you been up to? Or I saw that you're you posted that you're working out. Like, what's all that about? They're going to ask you, if they're like a decent person, they're going to ask you about yourself and what you're up to. So again, it just opens the doors for a conversation. It doesn't open the door for you to invite them and say, join my team. That's not what it is. But it's the conversation starts, the connection builds, and they're going to start watching you even closer than they were. And then in a few weeks from now or next month, when you post about your upcoming challenge group, or that you're looking for some women to join you on a health and fitness journey, they're going to see that. And because they have been watching you for the last few weeks, and you've been connecting with them, and they relate to you, and you've been sharing yourself, they're going to be that much more likely to want to join you. Okay? Because people sign up with somebody who they like, who they know, who they trust. So that is why every single day you have to be showing up, but also reaching out to people every single day. Got anything to add, Coach?
No, I think you covered it there. Good job. Okay, so I have kind of the boring stuff. I'll try and go through it pretty quickly, but it's important information, especially for you guys just starting. So first off, Megan didn't really touch on personal development. So I do want to touch on that a tiny bit. She mentioned it, but it's something that you really want to start. And personal development, all that means is grabbing a book or grabbing a podcast and just diving into it for even 10 to 15 minutes a day. And guys, I know when you are working and you are busy with kids and work, it's tough to think, oh my gosh, they want me to message and post, and now she wants me to read for 10 minutes. Like, oh my God. But honestly, it'll be the best 10, 15 minutes of your day. And this is what's going to help you get through the bumps. And guys, as much as coaching is super fun and super fulfilling, there's bumps in the road. This is a business. You're starting a business. You're a CEO of your own business. There are times when it gets bumpy, it gets rough, your confidence kind of lowers. Someone doesn't like your post that you wanted to, or your best friend thinks you're nuts. Like, all of those things have happened to me. And the way I got through it is through personal development and leaning on us, like leaning on your team. So I have a few suggestions of really great books to start with. The thing with personal development is it's personal, okay? So you kind of have to ask yourself the question, what am I fearful of right now? Like, what's really kind of making me nervous about this? And if it's your confidence level, like you're really feeling kind of uncomfortable about posting, then there's books for that. If you don't have any trouble with that, it's that you have no idea how you're going to manage your time, there's books for that. So reach out to one of us and we can kind of lead you in the right direction. But my recommendations, I'm going to give you 6 titles, write them down, and you should really go through these 6 books. At some point or another, go through these 6 books because they're awesome. So you can Google the author. I forget them all. So The Slight Edge, The Compound Effect, Miracle Morning, Mastering Your Mean Girl, You Are a Badass, and Eat That Frog. And I'm going to give one more that I've just added to my list, which I love if you have some confidence issues. It's Rising Strong by Brené Brown. It's an amazing book. So really, guys, it's so important. I can't stress it enough. The successful coaches, do you want me to repeat them? Okay. The Slight Edge, The Compound Effect, Miracle Morning, Mastering Your Mean Girl, You Are a Badass, Eat That Frog, and Rising Strong. And you know what? There's probably a file somewhere in our team page with tons of names of books. So, but just reach out to us if you didn't hear it. But honestly, if I can see a difference between successful coaches on my team and not successful, that's the difference. That's 100% the difference. And when someone messages me and they're down in the dumps and they haven't got to their goals and wow, they want to quit, the first thing I say to them is, are you doing personal development? They always say no. And I say, give it a couple weeks. Please commit to reading. And everything's roses when I message them 2 weeks later. So honestly, it's important. Okay. Team calls. We have team calls once every 2 weeks. They are called Coffee and Confidence. And we have an alternating call. So actually this week, Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Central Time is our team call. And then 2 weeks later, it's on a Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we kind of piggyback. We do a Thursday night and then we do a Saturday morning. They're awesome. It's always lots of information. They're just like, it's your tribe gets together and we chat every 2 weeks. It's really important to get to them. Yes, the calls are recorded. We get that, sports happen and all that stuff happens. So if you can't come, you can't come, but it is a really cool vibe to be on those calls. The other important thing for you to tune into every week is called the National Wake Up Call. And that's our corporate sort of weekly call. It's every Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which obviously works for nobody except me and Megan, who's home. And you too. Okay. Oh yeah, you're a hairdresser, right, Robin? So you're off on Mondays. There you go. So that's good. But it's recorded, right? So you can get the Team Beachbody podcast app. And you can literally listen to every podcast that has every team national wake up call that's ever been recorded. And when I was a new coach, that's what I did. I listened to every single one, all the way back to 2000 and as far as I could get. And I learned so much that way. If you want to be a successful coach, yes, you can absolutely lean on your team and lean on your upline, but you kind of need to take control of the information that you're getting. You need to learn the word Google. You need to learn site YouTube and the national wake up calls. Because guys, you can build a 6-figure business just by looking at those things and never talking to your upline. And I know that for a fact because that's, similar to what I did. So you can learn everything on there. Just search, plug into the search bar. Whatever question you have about anything is there. Now, I am not discouraging you from reaching out to us because we're a pretty connected tribe. We love helping each other, but honestly, that's your best sort of business development that you can do is you have a question, you have a thought, you have an idea, go see if someone else has done it because you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can absolutely lean on what's already been done. Okay, so those are the calls covered. I just want to cover 3 things now. I want to cover Success Club, Success Starters Program, and we're going to talk a little bit about your first rank advancement. So Success Club, you're going to hear that word over and over and over again, and it is because Team Beachbody has decided that that's sort of our benchmark of success. Every single month, we are gearing up for Success Club. We really want everyone to hit Success Club. What is it? It means that you've, at the very least, helped 3 people get started on their health and fitness journey using our system. So when I say that, I mean our system, our being plugged into a challenge group, being plugged into one of our health and fitness programs, and drinking Shakeology or using our performance line. That's our system. We know for a fact that works the best. That gets people the best results. So that's why they've come up with what they call a challenge pack. It's a bundled package for a discounted price. So every single time you sell a challenge pack, you are rewarded 2 Success Club points. Every single time you sell an order of Shakeology that's put on auto ship, so meaning they're going to be shipped every single month. And I mean, they're not locked into that. Just as an aside, they're not locked into that. They never have to have another shipment if they don't want to. We are not a company that makes you have a garage full of Shakeology. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. But if you sign up with the intention of having that auto ship, you will receive 2 Success Club points. Okay, so once you get Success Club 5, you have reached that first really important benchmark every single month. If you reach Success Club 5, you've made enough commission to cover your own Shakeology order. And for me, as your coach, your upline, that's really important to me. I've never, ever paid for Shakeology since I signed up as a coach. I always earn it. I earn that, and just if you get to Success Club 5, you know you've done that. They up the ante. If you get to Success Club 10, you're going to earn even more points. You're going to have 10 points. There's always a prize or an incentive every single month if you reach these Success Club goals. If you've been following us on social media, you will have seen that some of us have gone on some pretty amazing trips. They are called the Success Club trip. Every time you get Success Club points, and don't stop at 5, don't stop at 10, because the points just keep racking up. As you earn more and more points, you will be in line to go on one of the Success Club trips. I've never missed one since I started as a coach. I've been to Cancun, I've been on a cruise and taken my daughter and my husband. My husband always comes, so you always can take your partner, a friend, or whatever. And then if you have littles that want to come, it's like $100 extra. We were in Mexico, Punta Cana. I don't really know where we've been, but we've been a ton of places. And it's awesome. They treat you like kings and queens. And I'm not kidding. Like, it's unbelievable, these trips. They are crazy cool. And when people aren't trying to get points racked up to get on these trips, I think they're insane. So just hit Success Club. Like, you have to have goals in a business. Any type of business, you have to have goals. And the cool part is Beachbody has kind of just set this for us. They've said, if people get Success Club 5 at the very least every single month, they are going to set themselves up for success. It's like black and white. The people that are getting Success Club are having successful businesses. They keep growing at a consistent rate, so they keep earning more money, because what happens is this business is residual. You know, if you have a person that is on Shakeology and they get it for a few months, you get that income every single month. They get an order. So if you're getting 3 people started in October, they get Shakeology in November, and then the 3 new people that you get started in November get Shakeology. And then it just keeps growing and growing. It's called the compound effect. And that's why that book's really important to read, so you can understand how this starts happening. So that's Success Club. You'll hear it, like, it'll be drained into you that, like, it's important. It's one of the most important things. Success starters, for any of the coaches that have just signed up, what I mean by that is there's some people that sign up for the discount on Shakeology and then they decide to coach later on. This does not pertain to you, unfortunately. This Success Starters program is for people that have just signed up to be a coach. If you reach Success Club 5 in your first 3 months of business, you will be rewarded a ticket to Summit, which is our national big conference that we have every year. This year it's in June and it's in Indianapolis. I mean, the conference is amazing, obviously. Like, you learn, and it's fireworks, and it's like my dad used to call it a rah-rah conference, and he's right, that's what it was. It's way more than that, though, because we're all together. We are never together in real life. Like, we're together a lot on these kind of calls, but we don't actually get to, like, physically be together ever. I mean, there's some of us that are lucky enough to live close by, and we try and connect as much as we can, because there is something to be said for physical connection, right? To actually be able to touch each other. So Summit is really the only time that happens. So it's amazing to be able to spend 4 or 5 days with your team and really get to know each other. So to be able to win that ticket, it's about like a $300, maybe $300+ ticket. So it's a really big deal to win it. And it's so much fun to have everybody there. So success starters, you have to get Success Club 5 in your month 1, your month 2, and month 3. Month 1 is variable. So for example, if you signed up to be a coach today, October could be your month 1, or November could be your month 1. So they give you that little bit of leniency for that first month, okay? So success starters, we have lots of people hit it, and it's really exciting. Last thing, and I'll be really quick, I'm not going to get too far into this, but your first rank advancement, and that's like your big deal. Like, it's a super big deal. It's when you start having some coaches sign up to join your team. Just like you're joining my team or Megan's team, we're all one big team. You found some people that want to actually do this with you. So it's called becoming an Emerald coach. To get to that rank advancement, you need to have 2 coaches sign up with you, 2 people, and you're going to we'll help you sign them up. They do have to be specifically placed, but don't get too worried about those details. We'll help you with that. You can get there pretty quickly, though. I will just give you a little example of how I got to Emerald probably within my first month as a coach. My husband decided he wanted to drink Shakeology, so we were now having 2 bags of Shakeology come to our house, and it's expensive, so I wanted to get the discount. So he became my first coach. Okay, so there. Terry was my first coach. I've got 1 down. My cousin decided to join my first challenge group with me. She drank Shakeology, and I just said to her, you know what, would you sign up as a coach so I can get to my first rank advancement? You'll get the discount. You're not locked into anything, but you're helping me. Like, I'm helping you, you're helping me. Like, I did it. That's how I did it. The cool thing about being an Emerald coach is, A, it's kind of cool to be an Emerald coach. B, Team Beachbody, it really signifies to them that you are on your game. Like, you want to start a business, you're in this for real. So they start rewarding you. If you hit Success Club 5 and you are an Emerald coach, they will now give you free customers. So I know we've all heard of beachbody.com, right? Everybody heard of beachbody.com? That's not us, okay? It's really important you know that. We are teambeachbody.com. So if you have a friend, like Megan said earlier today, if you're like blasting out Beachbody verbiage all over the place, and your friend goes and buys off of beachbody.com, because that's just natural, that's not us. You're not going to get that commission. That's not us. So you really want to make sure that you're talking to people and leading them through that process of purchasing something, because we are teambeachbody.com. So what happens when people buy something on beachbody.com? They get the option to click this little button, and they're asked if they would like a coach. So anyone that clicks that button is put into this big pool. And at the beginning of every month, any coach that is an Emerald coach and has hit Success Club 5 the month prior will get part of this pool. So you will wake up one day and have all these customers in your online office that you can reach out to and say, oh my gosh, I saw that you bought the 21-day fix. I'm a coach. I have a challenge group running next week. Jump into it. I want to help you lose 10 pounds, whatever you want to do. You help them, they buy Shakeology, they become a coach, and everything's awesome. Like, it can really happen that way. But you have to show Beachbody that you're in this. If you hit Success Club 10 and you're an Emerald coach, they're actually going to give you commission. So anyone that purchases Shakeology or a challenge pack, I believe, or a challenge pack, you will actually get the commission. So you like legit wake up one day with an extra like 25%, whatever that is, $60, $50. And you're like, who is Sarah Nelson? Like, who is that? I do not know that person. And I just got that commission. This is awesome. I better email her and see if she'd like to be in my challenge group. So that happens if you are getting Success Club 10 and you are an Emerald coach. So it's important to get to Emerald. It's your first rank advancement. It's a big deal. We make it a huge deal on our team because it's a big deal. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Did I forget anything?
No, I think the other part of being an Emerald coach too is that you start to, did you talk about that? Like accumulating like volume.
I didn't get into that just because.
Yeah. It's, I won't go into a bunch of detail with it, but the thing about being a coach, it's really cool because you benefit from the success of everybody on our team, but only when you're an Emerald coach. So the more successful that everybody is as a team, the more successful that you can be, providing you are an Emerald coach. So when you are an Emerald coach, you receive volume from everybody on our team below you. And so that volume sort of trickles up to you every week. But if you're not an Emerald coach, it just goes by you and you never receive it. And when you're an Emerald coach, you do get that volume, and that volume in the end equals dollars. And you won't necessarily receive that money right away, but it sort of goes into a bank account until you are further along in the business and you have more people on your team. And then you can sort of cash out on that volume, which is money every week for your paycheck. So that's like just sort of a very simple overview of it, but there's financial benefits to getting to Emerald. I think if you are in this business to start earning an income, getting to Emerald as soon as possible is in your benefit for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And things like this, like we've gone over this really, really quickly. If there's stuff that really stuck out to you, like you might be a person that like, that is really interesting. Like, okay, so how could I start, benefiting from that? That's the type of stuff you need to go to YouTube for. Just plug in Emerald Coach. You will have like 1 million top coaches that have videos. Go to my YouTube channel. I have a ton of videos on all this stuff. So if that kind of stuff interests you, and don't feel bad if making money is the reason you're doing this. Like it's the reason I did it. Yes, I love helping people. I would not be doing this if I didn't, but I wanted to change my life. And I did. I did. I worked 12-hour days, only had Sundays off, had a 3-year-old, I had 15 employees, and it sucked. I hated it. Every single day I dreamt of telling people I was closing my salon, and 3.5 years later I did. So, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was not born a Beachbody coach. Like I had no clue. In fact, I was the first one in this area to ever do it. So it wasn't like I had watched anyone be a coach. I'd never been in a challenge group. I drank Shakeology like twice in my life and hated it and threw it to the back of my cupboard because I thought it was disgusting. And I signed up as a coach with a bag of Shakeology coming to my house, and I just trusted this woman that I saw on the internet. So guys, I had nothing going on. Nothing at all. And I made it work. So any of you can. You have to work hard. This is not get rich quick. Not at all. It's a lot of hard work, but if you have a passion for it, it's like fun work. I don't feel like I work at all. So you all have that same opportunity as we have, I have, everybody here. So
yeah. And the information that we went over tonight, like if you get off this call and you're like, oh my God, I don't get it. Like, that's okay. Like you're not supposed to get it all in one night. Like you won't get like the Emerald. I was like, what is Emerald for the longest time? What, like a coach on my right and my left? Like, what the hell is that? Success club points? Like, if that's what's happening in your mind, that's totally normal. And you're going to keep hearing these terms. You're going to keep hearing these things over and over and over again, and they're going to start to make more sense every time you hear it. But this kind of goes back to what we said in the beginning. Don't let that stuff stop you. Like that stuff will come. You'll learn it as you go. Like when you have your first person that's interested in signing up, we're going to walk you through it. Like, you don't need to know any of that stuff. You don't need to know how to get to Emerald. If you want to get to Emerald, message us and we'll show you how to get to Emerald. We'll tell you how to get to Emerald. All right. So don't feel like you need to know it all and have like a clear cut understanding of all that stuff we just talked about. It should be confusing. Like, it's a lot of information, right? Especially if you are like fairly new and this is the first time you're hearing this stuff. So just know that as you go through this, and the more calls you're on and the more videos you watch and the more you sort of submerge yourself into this culture, it's all going to make a lot more sense.
Totally. Absolutely. Okay, guys, thanks so much. We will all chat soon. Good night.